Hello, everybody. I'm Marc Hall. Welcome to the iHigh Sports Show, along with Mike Fields, high school columnist for the Lexington Herald-Leader. And Mike's joined us here to talk about the boys' state tournament draw that we just had, Mike, and some good games in that first round, but especially on Friday and Saturday.
Right. We say that, and I was telling somebody before the show we did the draw. I used to come to these things and then call coaches who the top-ranked teams and what do they think of the ratings of the pairings.
Right.
And a few weeks later, none of them were there. You know, you never can predict who's going to be there or what. But if it plays out, we've got great games.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But I've done many times. I've done my brackets, and when I get to the state tournament, there's maybe two teams left.
Right.
So you just never know in this crazy game. But these games, I've got a couple marked here as possible first round rematch of the state finals from last year, Apollo and J-Town.
Right.
That'll be a big game, and then the one after that, Mason and maybe Christian County in that first round matchup.
Yeah, I've seen both those teams a few times this year. Christian County's got as many good players. They go 10, 11 deep. And Mason County is just, you look at them and you think, well, maybe they're not that good. They have Darius Miller and they have these role players. But all these role players are so complimentary. They know what to do, what they can't do.
And they could be stars of the other team.
Yeah, they've beaten everybody they've played this year, except I saw them beat J-Town, defending champ, a couple weeks ago. They can play.
They can play. And a couple teams I'm looking forward to seeing, if they can get there, is this Central Hardin team that's just lost one game in the state. Them and Scott County, the only teams in the state that are decent or better with just one loss.
Right. And, Central Hardin, Andre Miller is one of the best players most people don't know about. But he's starting to get some D1 looks.
We got a lot of players, and it's for the first time in a long time that are big-time players that could be in Rupp Arena. First time in a long time since we've had this many players in the state of Kentucky have this much coverage going into the recruiting wars for some of these colleges here in the state.
Right, and everybody talks about the junior class, and it is terrific. Everybody talks about Scotty Hobson of UHA, Bud Mackey of Scott County, Darius Miller of Mason County, but it goes a lot deeper than that.
Yes,
we've got some great juniors besides those guys, and we've got some good-looking sophomores coming up too. And don't forget the seniors, like Matt Wall sitting over here at Scott County, and nobody even knows him. He's a great player too.
And if we want to talk about some teams that we haven't mentioned that could get there, one team I'm very impressed with is Bryan Station here in the 11th region, with Lewis and Mack on that team, and their teammates there. Bryan Station's got a really good chance to pull a Madison Central.
Yeah, I think they proved. They went to Louisville for the LIT a few weeks ago and played very well. They had Ballard. It was a 2 or 3 point game in the fourth quarter before Ballard kind of inched away.
And the schedule they played here recently and won some big games. Right. I mean, they're starting to peak at the right time.
Right, and I think if they do play at their peak and Scott County's playing their best, they'll play for the 11th Region Championship. It would be a great, that would be the kind of game you'd want for a state championship. One team I think that a lot of people don't know how good they are is Covington Catholic. Mm-hmm. I had several coaches tell me in the preseason that they had picked them number one, and I thought, well, why? Well, once you see them play, Mike Listerman does a great job,
yes, he does.
And they play within themselves, and they just played at Scott County in the finals of the Toyota Classic, and they gave Scott County all they wanted. And I think if I had to pick one team outside the big names that could be holding the big trophy, it would be Covcath.
Yeah, Covcath could be right there. And then out of those 8 teams, any of those 4 could be playing Saturday morning and Saturday night. I mean, what a big day for Saturday. What a big day for the KHSAA for this tournament to be drawn like this.
Oh, yeah. And I think everybody says it'd be better if we had the state finals a day after the semifinals.
No,
I like it the way it
is.
Too. It just adds to the drama. You see these kids, the best games I've ever seen in the Sweet 16 for the most part have been the Saturday morning semifinals. They're just really terrific games.
Don't forget Clay County and PRP in '88.
Or Scott County, Lexington Catholic, when Rick Jones hits the last second shot.
Yeah.
But it's I don't care what the draw is, it usually turns out to be some fantastic basketball.
And like we said at the start, brackets are going to be busted before we get there.
Okay. Guaranteed.
Mike, appreciate your time.
No problem.
And we look forward to seeing you down the road at the games.
Oh, we'll be there.
This is Marc Hall for the iHigh Sports Show. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later, everybody.